Cruise lines don't lose money because passengers break rules. They make money because passengers don't know which rules never applied to them in the first place. And if you skip what I'm about to walk you through, you won't just spend more money. You'll waste time. You'll stand in longer lines. You'll accept restrictions that were never mandatory. And you'll quietly downgrade your own experience without realizing it. But if you follow this in order, phase by phase, you'll move cleaner, safer, smarter, faster, and cheaper than most people on your ship. Then soon. This is how to outsmart the cruise lines. Not by breaking rules, by understanding the system better than they expect you to. Phase 1, pre-booking inspection before you ever pay step 1. Stop choosing cruises by ship photos or brand reputation. Your action is simple. Before you book, look up the ship's launch year and last major refurbishment, not the brochure photos. Why this matters is because cruise lines reuse marketing images for years. A ship that looks modern online may be operating with outdated layouts, older cabins, and inefficient systems. If you skip this, you risk booking a great deal that feels crowded, noisy, and worn out, especially in dining areas and cabins. Pro tip, ships refurbished within the last 3 to 5 years usually have better crowd flow, more power outlets, and quieter cabins, even if the ship itself is older. Step 2. Check port days. Not just destinations, your action is to inspect arrival and departure times at each port. Not just the list of places. This matters because a port that says Aroma but docks at 7 p.m. is functionally useless. You're paying for locations you barely experience. If you skip this, you'll wonder why excursions feel rushed or impossible to enjoy. Insider detail. Cruise lines sometimes shorten port hours to save fuel or meet scheduling priorities, and those changes don't always trigger refunds. Phase 2 booking setup, locking and average early. Step 3. Choose your cabin based on ship mechanics, not price. Your action is to avoid cabins directly above or below public venues like theaters, pools, or dining rooms. This matters because noise and vibration complaints spike in these cabins, and customer service rarely relocates passengers unless conditions are extreme. If you skip this, you might spend your cruise sleeping with earplugs. Pro tip: midship, mid-deck cabins experience the least motion and noise, even during rough seas. Step 4. Book the bare minimum package. Your action is to resist prepaying for drink packages, Wi-Fi, or dining upgrades unless you're certain you'll use them heavily. This matters because most passengers overestimate usage. Cruise lines rely on unused packages for profit. If you skip this, you lock your money into non-refundable services. Insider detail: you can usually add packages on board, but refunds are almost never allowed once used. Phase 3 documents and check-in, where people lose time. Step 5. Complete online check-in. The moment it opens, your action is to check in as soon as the window opens, not days later. This matters because boarding times are assigned based on check-in order, not loyalty status alone. If you skip this, you may board hours later and lose access to dining reservations and activities. Pro tip: early boarding also means fresher cabins and less crowded lunch venues. Step 6. Bring physical copies of documents. Your action is to carry printed boarding passes and travel documents. This matters because Wi-Fi, apps, and scanners fail more often than cruise lines admit. If you skip this, you risk delays or secondary screening. Insider detail: passengers with printed documents are processed faster during system outages. Phase 4 embarkation day, the first real test. Step 7. Arrive earlier than recommended, not later. Your action is to arrive 30 to 45 minutes before your assigned time. This matters because port congestion creates cascading delays. If you skip this, you may wait longer than passengers who arrived earlier but boarded later officially. Pro tip: security lines thin out right before peak boarding waves. Step 8. Skip the buffet immediately after boarding. Your action is to head to smaller dining venues or sit-down restaurants first. This matters because the buffet becomes overcrowded, stressful, and unsanitary during boarding hours. If you skip this, your first impression of the cruise is chaos. Insider detail: many ships open specialty venues for free on embarkation day, but don't advertise it. Phase 5, onboard optimization, daily advantages. Step 9. Book shows and dining the first hour on board. Your action is to make reservations immediately. This matters because popular times fill fast and walk-ins are rarely accommodated. If you skip this, you'll eat late or miss shows entirely. Pro tip: The first night often has the most availability due to no-shows. Step 10. Learn the ship's traffic patterns. Your action is to observe peak times in elevators, stairwells, and dining rooms. This matters because small timing adjustments save hours over a week. If you skip this, you'll feel the ship is constantly crowded. Insider detail. Elevators are slowest right after shows and before dinner seatings. Phase 6 shore days, avoiding excursion traps. Step 11. Never book the first excursion time. Your action is to choose mid-morning departures when possible. This matters because early excursions are vulnerable to port delays and late clearance. If you skip this, you may miss the excursion entirely without compensation. Pro tip: mid-morning tours also avoid peak crowds at attractions. Step 12. Know the real all aboard time. Your action is to return at least 1 hour before the listed all aboard time. This matters because the ship will leave without you, even for minor delays. If you skip this, you risk rejoining the cruise at your own expense. Insider detail. Gangways often close earlier than advertised. Phase 7 money and fees where profits hide. Step 13. Monitor your onboard account daily. Your action is to review charges every night. This matters because billing errors are common and harder to fix after disembarkation. If you skip this, you may pay for services you never used. Pro tip: guest services resolves issues faster before the final day. Step 14. Don't tip twice. Your action is to understand what gratuities are already included. This matters because some passengers double tip out of confusion. If you skip this, you overspend without improving service. Insider detail. Staff are not told who tips extra until after the cruise. Phase 8 disembarkation, leaving smart. Step 15. Carry off your own luggage if possible. Your action is to self-disembark. This matters because it saves hours and reduces lost luggage risk. If you skip this, you may wait until late morning to exit. Pro tip: early disembarkers clear customs faster. Traps to avoid before you go. Don't assume loyalty status protects you from inconvenience. Don't believe everything labeled a limited time on board. Don't wait until the last day to fix problems. And don't assume the system is designed for your comfort. It's designed for efficiency and profit. If you understand that, you already have an advantage. Now I want to hear from you. What's the most frustrating thing that's ever happened to you on a cruise? Or what trick do you swear by that most passengers don't know?